One, we are live.
Thank you, sir. Very good evening to all of you. I, on behalf of Family Benefit Scheme of AIOS, welcome you all in this webinar, wherein we are going to discuss the finer nuances of FBS AIOS, the scheme, how it is helpful for the members, why people should join, what is the new scheme that has been added, which is going to help us, which is going to help uh, the ophthalmologist to join. So we will be shortly joined. I think Dr. Suresh is stuck up somewhere, but he's the chairman Family Benefit Scheme. He has also been earlier. He has been president of AIOS and BOA and Maharashtra Economic Society. I just go very brief introduction so that we can have a proper discussion. We have with us Dr. Maniar, Dr. Ranjit Maniar, who is the past treasurer of Family Benefit Scheme and a senior eye surgeon at Shruta Hospital, Dadar Bhatia Hospital, Mumbai. We have with us Dr. Rajiv, who is the Vice Chairman of Family Benefit Scheme and Director and Senior Consultant of Mukherjee Eye Clinic. We also have with us Dr. S.N. Sarkar, who is Senior Ophthalmologist practicing in West Bengal. He is the President of Ophthalmological Society of West Bengal. And it is really, it is his, I would say, dedication towards this society or dedication towards helping the ophthalmologists that he has joined from US. It's early morning there, but sir has kindly consented to join. Thank you, sir. Dr. Pranav Ranjan, who will be joining a little late. He is traveling, but he'll be joining soon. He is consultant and HOD at Renu Eye Center at Patna, and also consultant at Kurji Holy Family Hospital. He is the president of Bihar Ophthalmological Society and honorary secretary of ISOC. Dr. Milankumar, who is immediate past president of Bihar Ophthalmological Society and the founder member of Purnia Ophthalmic Society, and he is practicing at Purnia, Bihar. Dr. Z, who is president-elect OSOS and professor High Tech Medical College, Bhubaneswar. We also have with us Dr. H.K. Rajguru, who is the past president of OSOS and past member managing committee AIOS, ex-professor and HOD regional ophthalmology at Cuttack, Odisha, and presently Professor KIMS, Bhubaneswar. We also have with us Dr. BNR Subuddhi, who is the state representative of FBS AIOS from Odisha and ex-professor and HOD of Department of Ophthalmology at Berhampur. He is presently chairman Ruby Eye Hospital, Berhampur, and of course, honorary general secretary of Tele-Ophthalmological Society of India and member managing committee of AIOS. We'll be joined shortly by Dr. Subhashish Nag, who is a senior consultant at Oculus Eye Clinic at Kolkata, and he is honorary secretary of Ophthalmological Society of West Bengal. We are lucky to have Dr. Vibhuti Pisana, who is a busy man. He is the honorary secretary of Bihar Ophthalmological Society, director of the Institute of Medical Sciences, the youngest person to be so, and very dynamic, professor and in charge, RIO IGMS. And Dr. Nilesh Mohan, who is state representative of FBS AIOS and honorary treasurer of Bihar Ophthalmological Society, and professor in charge of eye bank at the Regional Institute of Ophthalmology, IGIMS Patna. We also have with us Dr. Ranjina Kumar, who is a senior consultant at the Korea Eye Clinic at Patna, member Women Empowerment Committee, FBS AIOS, and representative of Women Ophthalmological Society. Dr. Praveen Subuddhi, who is chief consultant at Ruby Eye Hospital and East Zone representative of FBS AIOS. Dr. Sabyasachi Patnaik unfortunately cannot join because he has some important work at home, and he is actually the ex-secretary of OSOS. Dr. Satyan Deka, who is the state representative for Assam for FBS AIOS, a senior consultant and in charge at ASGI Hospital, Guwahati, academic coordinator at Sri Shankar Deva Netralaya, Guwahati. Dr. Jayashree Barua, a very active member, consultant, head of comprehensive and community service at Tezpur Eye Hospital, and she is also the joint secretary of International Society of Manual SICS, state coordinator of Assam chapter of ISM 6, and a very active equine member. Dr. Indranil Dev, who is state representative of FBS AIOS and consultant eye surgeon at Midnapur, the state representative for West Bengal for FBS AIOS. Dr. Vibhuti Bhushan, who is state representative FBS AIOS Jharkhand and honorary secretary of Jharkhand Ophthalmological Society. Dr. Bharti Kashyap, Founder Director, Kashyap Memorial Eye Hospital, Vice Chairman, Women Empowerment Committee, FBS AIOS, the representative of BOSS, and of course, Chairman Scientific Committee of Jharkhand Ophthalmological Society. Dr. H.K. Chaudhary, presently Medical Director, Chaudhary Eye Hospital and Research Center at Silchar, Assam. He is Director RIO. He was Director RIO GMCH in 2000 and retired in 2004. Former President of Ophthalmological Society of Assam and ISOC. Dr. Tanveer Ahmed, who is a dynamic person, eye specialist, SM Dev Civil Hospital, Silchar, Assam, member AIOS, YOSI, OSA, and ex-secretary SMCH, JDA. Dr. Rajiv K. Das, who is a consultant ophthalmologist and faculty at Assam Medical College, Dibrugarh, and he is executive member, OSA. Dr. Jayant Kumar Das, who is General Secretary of OSA, Joint Secretary of Ocular Society of India, Senior Consultant and HOD Oculoplasty at Retina Center and Hospital Guwahati, HOD Neuro-Ophthalmology and Senior Consultant at Sri Shankar Dev Netralaya Guwahati. Dr. Santosh Mahapatra is Chief Medical Officer, JPM Rotary Eye Hospital and Research Institute, Honorary General Secretary, Odisha State Ophthalmological Society, and ex-Editor General, Odisha Journal of Ophthalmology, and ex-Chairman Scientific Committee. And of course, my co-moderator, the Treasurer of Family Benefits Scheme, who is an extremely dynamic person, Managing Director and Chief Surgeon of Max Vision Eye Hospital, and past Rotary Governor, past President, Andhra Pradesh Ophthalmological Society, past ARC AIOS South Zone member. Dr. Sharad Babu is very active in handling the day-to-day activities of FBS AIOS. And of course, I am the Secretary, FBS AIOS, Dr. Rajesh Sinha. And of course, we all common aim to help the member of AIOS to get the benefit of FBS AIOS. So let's, I'm really sorry, I'm sorry. Secretary, FBS AIOS. Do you know about FBS? Let's know about it from Dr. Quresh Maskati.
This is Dr. Maskati, and I want to tell you a little bit about the family benefit scheme of the AIOS.
This is a mutual help scheme which is run by the members and for the members. In fact, it is a unique scheme whereby your contribution helps to secure the future of others and vice versa.
As against that, the death benefit to your family is a staggering 23 lakhs now, and it will continue to grow as more and more members join the scheme. As a matter of fact, actuaries have vetted this scheme and have found that this is superior to any insurance product in the market today. It is extremely easy to join. You can do it offline or you can do it online by simply logging on to www.fbsaios.in. There is a very small joining fee.
And yes, if you join earlier, your contribution will be lesser.
It is important that you join now before you become age barred. So what are you waiting for? Join the FBS AIOS today. It is in your interest and in that of your family.
So this was a brief about what is FBS AIOS and from Dr. Quresh Maskati, and I will request Dr. Maniar to say a few words how he feels that, you know, what FBS AIOS is now and how it's going to be there in future, what all we should do about it.
Thank you, Rajesh. In in Sanksep, I'll say that the FBS AIOS is a quasi-insurance scheme whereby we contribute when any of our members passes away, and the the amount that we collect goes on to the nominees of the deceased family. This amount is a very small amount of only 600 rupees per death that we collect twice a year only. And suppose there are 10 deaths and we've collected 5 plus 5, once in April, once in October. So you pay something like 3,000 rupees on an average every 6 months. The benefit that we give, we call it a mortality benefit, that currently is 23 lakh rupees. The entire amount is disbursed to the nominees of the deceased member. The disbursement process is online. It is simple. Our staff are proactive to help the nominees to claim their benefit. And once all the paperwork is done, which takes about maybe 7 days, our disbursement to the treasurer and the office takes hardly another 7 days. So it is something that we've had 100% payout right from 2004 when we have started till today. We have over 4,200 members today. More the members, the less will be the fraternal contribution. We have today our FC of fraternal contribution at 600. But suppose our membership reaches 8,000, certainly it can come down to even 400. Also, the mortality benefit would increase substantially from 23 to even up to Sharad Babu's figures take you all the way up to 30 lakh rupees also. Unlike an LIC or any other product, life product, this is one which is dynamic, where more the number of members, less you pay, and more the recipient gets. This is a dynamic scheme. It's totally transparent scheme. Anybody can examine the accounts at any given point of time. And most important, it's your scheme. You do it for your colleague, and your colleagues will do it for your nominees. This is something that every young eye surgeon, what I notice is they have most of the panelists here are teachers. They have been attached to some institute or the other. They are active teachers or they have just retired and former professors, HODs. So I would exhort all of the teaching faculty here to make sure that your young students join. The minute they join the AIOS, let them also join the FBS. And Dr. Rajesh Sinha would brief you further, but we have introduced a very, very lucrative scheme to attract the youngsters so that they join along with their AIOS membership. Rajesh will unfold those details later. But all in all, this is a scheme whereby you contribute for somebody else's passing away, and others would contribute for your death benefit and mortality benefit. It's something that we took time to adopt. It took 3 or 4 years from 2001 to 2004 for AIS to agree to adopt it. But having adopted it, it's done great work, and there is absolutely no hassle-free enrollment, hassle-free payment. All systems are online, for which Rajesh has done a great job. Rajesh, I'll hand over to you further.
Thank you, sir.
Then we can
Sir.
always take questions.
Sir, thank you, sir. Sir, would like to have comments from Dr. Milankumar, who is very active in FBS AIOS. He was the past president of BOS. Sir, what should be the approach of FBS AIOS? We have been working hard to, increase awareness amongst people regarding FBS AIOS. So what do you think should be the approach of FBS AIOS?
So, thank you, Dr. Rajesh, and good evening to everyone. Before starting, my few words.
Sir.
When I joined, I was young enough and I was knowing nothing about what is indemnity insurance. When this FBS came to my brain, only thought was that I have to help my bereaved colleague family. That's only. Later on, I came to know, yes, my whatever I give, it's more than enough. We are getting in the last. Now, how to go ahead? I think we are slow. FBS AIOS लेता है कि नहीं लेता है, GB पास करता है कि नहीं करता है. कल से मेरे दिमाग में सिर्फ 2 बात आई, only 2 points. How to increase the membership? Can you tell me how many senior residents are in India in I? Please have the data. Request all the professors. They are getting good salary. They are the first target to have in our family. All the professors, if they can say, look, this is a good thing, you must join. Secondly, every individual must persuade our junior. I have persuaded 8 junior in Kochi area. They have some problem. They are not internet savvy. I'm like, look, you give me all the papers. I will do it. Even I have said someone, sir, paisa nahi hai, okay. कमा रहे हो ना, हमसे ले लो, हमको कमा के देना, देना हो तो दे देना, नहीं देना तो मत दे. We have to persuade the new generation. They are a bit not psychologically, mentally, socially, they are not thinking in that term. So we have to motivate. The first target will be my senior resident. And they are in good number. And hopefully they are not all the FBS member. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So as you said that we have to target first senior residents, and for that we can request our professors to say something. Yes. So we have 3-4 senior professors with us who can guide us how to go about it and how can they plan for it. So we start with
it will be very easy. Look, Rajesh, if the professor says they're a senior resident and they are in a very good payroll.
Sir, it is not that easy actually, because many times the senior residents
we are the student of teachers. Let's see.
Okay, sir. So I would like to have first the opinion of Dr. BNR Subudhi, because he is working hard for it. But what I said that convincing people, juniors, the senior resident level people is many times easy because they get convinced in front of us, but they don't act. So, please, sir, what is your take on that, and how we can sort out this issue?
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh. And I think before I speak, I will request my senior colleague, Professor H.K. Rajguru, because in the morning, early morning, always he and me send the messages to our friends. So I think sir will say better than me, and let him speak. Then after that, I will speak.
Okay, sir. Okay, I was about to ask first, but then I thought that probably you will say. And then. Okay, sir. Rajguru, sir.
Okay. Good evening to all. So I had a proposal in my mind that the video which you showed at the beginning with Dr. Mascati, yourself, and others. Now the same video with a bit enlargement about the process of joining and the benefits.
That we have, sir. We have made a video of that also.
Now and then in various WhatsApp groups, which will reach all the targeted people, whether they are SR or the lecturers or the young assistant professors, who are as yet either not aware of this scheme or they are reluctant. So once these videos come at frequent intervals, they will be motivated to join. And in the department, of course, whenever we get the opportunity during the seminars or at the end of the seminars, we can put up a word about it and how to increase the membership. So that is my suggestion. Thank you.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Okay, let me speak, sir. So thank you, Professor Rajguru, speaking something about the family benefit scheme. Again, in the last few years, we are struggling hard to increase the membership of from our state. And in fact, I made a group of prospective members of FBS in a separate group from the Odisha State Option Society members. But still then, I could not convince our young people to get into the this society. Of course, sometime back, maybe 6 months back, we had some scheme but for which we have struggled hard and we could get at least 30-40 members at that time. But I think everybody's concern is the FC. So that is the most important aspect of this hindering effect of this aspect of this FBS. So whether this FC can be reduced in any way, we have to find out a way, because everybody is concerned. They can say initially they can pay the fees, registration fees, but after that nobody is interested to pay the FC. So my suggestion is that whatever the benefits we are giving to the member after death, let us freeze it. We should not lucrative. I would not increase the paternity benefit. Let us freeze it, and some amount of this can be diverted to toward the reducing the FC. Second thing is, I think already I suggested that each one member of the society should reach one member at least, convince him. And if we could convince that we are 4,200 members, if we could, all of us could try, at least take one member who can increase to double it, it becomes 8,000 in due course of time, maybe 3 months, 6 months, like that. And all nowadays the physical conference already started. So in the physical conference, we should start advertising about this scheme and about the society, its benefits to all the participants, all the delegates in the state conference, regional conference, zonal conferences, everywhere, even the CME, small CMEs also. And as Dr. Milind said already, of course, our target, we should decide what our target. Young doctors who have just entered the service or who have just completed and entered the senior resident, we should focus on them. So these are some few points I would like to mention. And no doubt Professor Rajesh is doing really a very hard work. And every alternate day or every other day we are meeting, we are discussing, but somehow we are not getting through. So let us try. I think at last we'll succeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Actually, it's a very pertinent point that how FC can be decreased, and I have spoken to many members, and because of COVID, actually last year we had a large number of deaths, so people were telling this thing that the FC is high. The thing is that I am trying to convince them that if the membership increases, then the FC will definitely reduce. So that is what I'm aiming for. That is what the whole executive and everybody is aiming for. That we should increase the membership number so that we can reduce the FC. We have a couple of more senior professors who have taught many juniors. Dr. Chaudhary sir, can you just say something on how to convince the
hello, good evening. Sir, am I audible? Sir. Am I audible,
yes,
Rajesh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. My idea is, unlike LIC or any other insurance company, our FBS should not project itself like LIC and should not actually target anybody that after you die your family will get this much of amount. My idea is altogether different. What I want to convince all our members that you be member not just because you will die and get some money, your relative, but you join only to help your colleagues.
That's the point.
That should be our attitude, that you join, because I have many senior friends in ophthalmology who are very rich. Even 23 lakhs is like 23 paisa for them. So they do not bother to join. So what should be our idea, even those senior people, because I will not name one senior ophthalmologist. I asked when I started my hospital, I asked him, what is your problem in running hospital? He has so many hospitals. He said, my only problem is too much of money and, excess everything. So those people, they will not join. They will not like to join FBS because 23 lakhs is nothing for them. So my point is, our attitude should be to convince our colleagues, please join. With folded hand, we should tell junior, senior, everybody who are not member, please join, not for your family, but for your colleagues' family, for everybody, so that we become stronger and stronger. This is my view. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sarkar, sir. SN Sarkar, sir.
I am the member of the FBS from 2004.
Sir.
In 2005, one of my junior colleague, he was also a member of the FBS. He expired due to any cause. And I see personally how FBS helped his family just at that moment. That is just not that practice, etc. He was very, strikes me like anything. That's from that day, I always insist my colleagues to be a member of the family. I think, and I will ask I will request our Secretary, Dr. Subhasis and Dr. Indranil, that we can discuss after each district. We always conduct district outreach program in our state. We after the meeting, we always just discuss about the members to all the members. Though they are not, yes, from any teaching institution, but we will discuss to the members so that they are convinced. And from we will discuss in our executive committee about how we will encourage all the members in this regard.
That will be really nice, sir. But I think if you can convince some district level or make some district level representatives, we can have also, and we can discuss how to go about it. As Rajguru sir was telling that, you can make a small video and send it to others.
Yes, that's fine.
So we can do that, and you can just spread it across so that will help us. More the members, the lesser will be the FC, and more will be the benefit. That is
right.
You all understand. There is some noise from somewhere. Anyways, so Khan sir, can we have your opinion, Dr. Khan? Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah,
hello.
Please go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Asking me, sir.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sinha. Actually, my previous speakers, Dr. Rajguru and Dr. Subhasis enlightened. So I am from the president of the Odisha State Society, and we organize webinars, we organize meetings very often, once in a month at least. I think this system should do to us, and we can play the webinar and all these things, webinar and all the meetings. Besides that, the students, the junior residents and the senior resident and all the faculties of the college, they are being also told about this scheme, and they are also interested. It's easy to trap the junior residents than the senior residents, because junior residents are under the pressure of the professor. If they tell something, they have to avoid it. And I have seen that I met so many members, so many of my junior residents are member of the AIOS. So this method will work. So through the professors, through the webinars, and through other meetings, physical meetings, we can implement it very easily. This is my view. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, there is a very common question amongst all the people that, I will go for some other term insurance, whether, the other term insurance is better, FBS is not as good, or maybe FBS is better. So that confusion is always there. So I will request our treasurer, Dr. Sharad Babu, to please let us know about the, how any term insurance or how FBS differs from any term insurance.
Yeah, good evening all. Now, this insurance what we are providing is, we are doing it in twofold. One is for the youngsters and the other one is the after 40 years age. So now, why we have to encourage these youngsters is, the FC, as Dr. Professor Subhasis has told, the FC amount is higher. So we have made a separate scheme that is less than the other people pay 600, whereas the youngsters pay only 300. Whereas the amount what the elder people get is 23 lakhs, whereas it is 20 lakhs for the youngsters. Now coming to the insurance part. Now this insurance, whatever the insurance what we are paying, this is a dynamic scheme as our Manyar Sahib is telling. there is no fixed amount. See, earlier when the initially started was very meager amount, and after 2000, from 2004, after 17 years, the amount we have paid all these years is not more than 1.2 lakhs. But the beneficiaries, what they're getting is 23 lakhs. Now there is no age limit also. So the insurance companies, they put an age bar and then they say after this we don't give any insurance. But here we give up to the life. So there is no points asked for youngsters, especially. We don't ask the members about what are the diseases they have. They have to just give a self-declaration that they don't have any chronic problems and all that. Whereas for the elderly, we ask for a small test from telling that we never ask all those details. We just ask a simple writing telling them they don't have any cancer or something like that. Now, to the amount, the fixed amount, we have 23 lakhs right now, but that amount is going to increase next year or more. As the members increase, that amount will increase. The FC amount also might decrease depending upon the number of members also here. Now, the amount what we are paying, the 600 rupees FC amount for each death, all the amount is going to the member only, the deceased member family. The amount is going to that family. Whereas in the insurance company, only a part of that goes, and the rest of that, say 8% to 10% goes to the company for the management of the show. But here, all the people who are in the executive committee or the managing committee, they are doing all this job voluntarily. So they are not paid any salaries. Only the people who are working on the back end, that is the helpers, the accountant and the chartered accountant, and also the office staff, only those people are paid the salaries, and that is also very meager amount. So when you come to the deposits, now we have a solid amount of deposits are around 10 crores. Now what are we going to do once we receive a death intimation? See, today I received a death intimation from a colleague of the death of the doctor. So he just intimated that so-and-so doctor has passed away. So immediately now, I myself has conveyed that to the office, and now I'll get all the forms and then send to the family. Whereas in the life insurance, if it is the insurance companies, they never contact the people. Only the kith and kin have to contact the insurance company. Whereas here, we follow them. We help them to fill up the forms. And the speediest way, as Maniar Saab is telling, usually takes 2 weeks time for them to fill up the form, send the documentation for the verification and then payment. And the payment is done online. So it is not the checks or something we are sending. Immediately we send the amount through the RTGS and send the amount. And some people, they don't know, the family members doesn't know that the doctor has got a FBS scheme. Now what we do, we follow them with the family by ourselves. Now the family, one of the doctor's family was in US. They were in US after the death of this doctor. So we followed, especially from Hyderabad, from Dr. Lakshmi Swami Reddy. So we followed them in the US and then we gave the money to them. So this is how the whole thing works up. And when you come to the amount what is we are paying to the companies, the life insurance companies, it keeps on increase age. And especially during this time, the COVID time, they almost double the premium what we have to pay for the insurance. Whereas here we are fixed, all of us are the colleagues, and then we follow them up, we pay the amount regularly, and then what we are doing is after we pay the amount, we are collecting after 6 months. It's not that we are collecting and then disposing. So the amount what are we are having here in the deposit, we pay the amount and then collect the amount. This is how the whole scheme is working out. So this is a very good scheme because now the entry fee, all that has been reduced. So Dr. Rajesh will share that also with you, and then so that you can pass it on, and then we will invite more of the youngsters into the scheme. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Dr. Sharad, there is also one very common question that whether the amount that is received by the family is income tax exempt or not, and the amount that we pay for FC is income tax exempt or not.
Yes, this is the common question which everybody is asking. Now, the amount what we are paying to the family benefit scheme. This family benefit scheme is a society registration under Society Act. It's a mutuality benefit scheme. So we are paying, we are contributing to the death of a member. So it's a mutuality concept. So this does not attract any income tax. However, the amount what you are paying, you have to show it as expenses. The amount what you are receiving, it is totally exempt from income tax.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Rajiv, there are a couple of questions like people want to know whether if somebody wants to have a benefit at a later age. Dr. Rajiv, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Hello? Hello?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir, sorry. Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Okay. No, actually, I was thinking about Dr. Rajiv Mukherjee. Is he there or not?
Okay, sir. Carry on.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, we'll come to that. So, as Dr. Manyar was telling that there is a new scheme that has been launched, so I will just show you a table of what exactly is the new scheme that we have launched, we have started. And I'll just share with you what is the new scheme. So what we felt that, in the COVID era, a lot of financial pressures were there in amongst the ophthalmologists. And that is why, some of the IMA groups also came forward with some support to their members. And FBS AIOS also thought that we'll come forward in support of our colleagues, our fellow ophthalmologists. And as far as the yearly FC is concerned, the amount is collected and it is paid. So nothing can be done on that. So the only thing that we could do was that we could cut down on admission fee. And we have done a huge cut down on admission fee. It's by more than 80%. So somebody who is less than 30 years of age, who is paying rupees 2,500 for admission, one-time admission fee, will be paying just rupees 499. Rupees 499 is nothing if you just order one medium pizza. It will cost rupees 499. So it's nothing, and that will make you a member of FBS AIOS. So that is a huge opportunity. Somebody who is 30 to 35 who is paying rupees 4,000 will just be paying rupees 799. Somebody who is 35 to 40 who is paying rupees 8,000 will be paying rupees 1,599. 40 to 45 who is paying rupees 30,000 at this point of time will be paying rupees 5,999. And 45 to 49 who were paying 40,000 will just be paying rupees 7,999. So there's a huge cut down. It's by more than 80% in the admission fee. And that is something which is huge. It's a huge opportunity. It's a time-bound scheme because in order to maintain the finances of the society, we cannot just make it, a perennial kind of a scheme. It is a time-bound, a short-term scheme to help the members, the ophthalmologist colleagues in the tough COVID times. And for young members who are joining AIOS now, can join FBS AIOS also by paying just rupees 299, which is absolutely peanuts if you think about joining a society like FBS AIOS, which supports so much, which provides so much of benefit to your family members and also to you as well. So this is something which we have done as a part of the new scheme, and I will request you all to spread the word to your respective places, your respective groups, so that maximum ophthalmologists take the benefit of the scheme. So I would like to have opinion of Dr. Rajiv Das. He was here only, and Dr. Rajiv Das, are you there?
Dr. Rajesh, here Satyan Deka is here. Can I suggest something right now?
Please go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, Dr. Satyan.
So Rajesh, what I'm having in my mind, if we ask the AIOS representative, like AIOS office bearers, let us make it mandatory for all new people who join AIOS, and this should be a mandatory to join the FBS because the amount is less than a pizza. So they are giving just 299. Let it be a mandatory joining of FBS. Like whenever somebody join a company, the PF, for PF is mandatory. So let it be a mandatory. So can we discuss with the AIOS body regarding this scheme? If we can make all the new people who join AIOS, let it be a mandatory with this very minimal fees, 299. That is my suggestion.
That's a very good suggestion, but unfortunately, people don't agree for that. I'm telling you, we have added one sentence in the AIOS membership form that if you please tick here if you want to become a member of FBS. Those who are ticking it, we are following them up and requesting them to become member. But see, these two are different societies. Although FBS is for the AIOS members, but it's a different society, and we cannot make it mandatory. People will not accept that. So it is actually technically not possible to make it mandatory.
Rajesh,
Sir,
can we give an offer to the new beginners from
we
the
are giving offer. We are giving offer.
No. Another offer. Let me listen me please.
Yeah.
Out of the records, we may keep it. If for the annual conference registration, they will get subsidy of 2,000 and 3,000. Because this annual conference registration is not a small amount now. That is also a big amount for the young generation. Suppose 9,000 one has to pay in Bombay. 9,000 is not a very small amount. We are getting money from the company for everything. Our office is earning a lot of money. Why not we give just transfer at some point? Well, we have to talk to AIOS. I'm not saying as a trade. Listen me. I know the hurdles, but we can pass it because the registration fee is too much. Okay, if you are a FBS AIOS member, we'll take you this much amount, 20% less, 15% less, whatever. If they think of it to increase the membership, right?
In fact, Rajesh, if I may come in,
sir,
we did have this kind of a scheme whereby on a lottery system, we did give some kind of relief for the AIOS membership register for the AIOC conference registration in the past. We had done that in the past. What I think Dr. Zakir, had mentioned just now, Rajesh, is a very valid point. And if the AIOS can be persuaded to look at it as a kind of a pension scheme for its young members, then maybe if that is the view that AIOS takes, if the executive council or the managing committee can take that view, then at Mumbai we can introduce a resolution, and at least I'll try to make sure that it goes through in Mumbai. I give you that.
Sir, there must be one more column. AIOS registration fee, early bird for FBS member, this much. Those who are not a FBS member, this much. We can go.
Yeah, that is true, sir. But last time, whatever amount that was subsidized was paid by FBS.
We did.
Because AIOS has to agree for that subsidy, and AIOS members who are not FBS members, actually senior members, they never agree for that. That AIOS
they will agree for that. If we all agree, Rajesh, देखो AIOS के पास पैसे की कमी नहीं है, बहुत पैसा उल्टा सीधा खर्चा होता है, उसको कुछ कर्टेल करेंगे यार, कुछ लगो ना, हो जाएगा. जीबी में उठा के संभाल देंगे, चिंता मत
ठीक है,
करो, सोचो तो,
nothing.
पहले सोचो, have a
If
thought
that,
first,
नहीं,
then we'll
वो
be
तो है.
competitive.
Okay, sir, that will be great. That will be great.
Rajesh, there was one more issue that I think we need to highlight, and we need to hear from Dr. Bharti, Dr. Ranjina, and Dr.
Yeah,
Jay.
I was coming for that, sir. I was coming on that.
And we are woefully short of lady doctors.
Yeah, that's what I was coming on that issue only.
40-50% in AIOS, and in FBS our membership is around 12 to 15% only. So we would like you all to take a lead to break down those barriers in the thinking of all the ladies, that they should also become members independently. We'd love to hear from all of you. One
Yes.
by one, whoever comes first, please.
Yeah, we have three very dynamic ladies today with us, and all three are very dynamic, and I think they can do it. If I mean, they get determined, they can do it. I know their personalities, and they can do it. So let's hear from them. Can we start? Is Bharti there?
Dr. Bharti.
Bharti Kashyap, I guess, is
Dr. Ranjina.
Okay. Let's hear from Ranjina.
Good evening, sir. And it's indeed an honor to be a part of FBS. I'll apologize with the fact that I've not been very aggressive towards that. But let me put forward a few points. 99.9% of the female members are less than 50 years of age. So we have our own WhatsApp group, and it was difficult to talk to them about death benefits when they have just started. Mentally, they feel that they've just started living. So I started off by just highlighting the fact that during COVID times, all of us heard about the fatalities among the doctors, and all of us were desperate to help them. So this is one definite and a more certain way of helping our fellow members. And the bonus is that we help ourselves in the end. So this is has been my tagline, in the way that we help each other and through a proper channel. And this is a very small contribution which is being made from all the members yearly. So during the uncertainties of COVID times, people were being very conservative regarding the money they wanted to spend on anything. So now that things have eased up a bit, I'm sure, and I'm 100% confident that we'll have a definite rise in numbers, and I'm going to pursue it wholeheartedly. So
I think I'll just ask you all that, we have 15 days in this month of March.
Yeah.
And the FC will be generated in the month of April, right? If we can increase the membership, to take it to say close to 5,000, we can reduce the yearly contribution significantly, say from 600 to even 500 per day. So that will help. It's a win-win for everyone. Somebody member for just rupees 500 or 499 or 299 or 799, paying reduce FC also. I mean, it will be a win-win for everyone. So
for the younger members, it's only a paltry 300 rupees per death.
300 per death.
And if we discount the COVID times, I'm sure there are not going to be many fatalities per year if we take up the normal mortality rate. So I think we should not be concerned about the money that we have to pay. It's very small amount. And it's just that you have to be very persistent about getting it and informing them and getting the contribution from them. It's nothing else. It's a big of a hassle to make the contribution. But now with net banking and online transfer, it's easy. So it has to be an individualized access, and to make them aware that later when you will want it, you will end up paying more. And this is a definite, and you take our word for that. So that is the line of pursuing that we need to do.
So we have three ladies, dynamic ladies, very dynamic ladies, actually, not dynamic. If they can get 50 members each for us for the FBS, it will be a great contribution.
Hello, Rajesh.
Yes, Dr. Bharti. Now.
I was there. I just went to see the camp patients.
Okay. Your comments.
Are मैं क्या comment करूँ? We try to convince people in the conference also. There were a lot of young people. They had come to participate in the competitive free paper session. And we told them about FBS, me and Vibhuti, both of us. But the point that earlier the members have raised, FC money reduction, and the other thing that people are rich, but If you say that this is for your benefit, they may not join. If you say that it's benefit for the society, they will join. For the upper crust, and for the lower, the younger people, I don't know, we are explaining, still they are not joining.
So can I just propose one thing for the state society to do? I mean, society secretary is also
Yes, Vibhuti Bhushan is there.
all those. Now, can like right now for somebody to become member who is less than 30, you just have to pay $4.99. So, I mean, if the society sponsors 50 members, so you will just be paying rupees 25,000 for that. So can society make 50 members from their side?
Very good idea, Rajesh. Rajesh, very good idea.
So we have Dr. Vibhuti Bhushan here. We have Dr. Vibhuti Sinha from Patna. We have Dr. Santosh Mahapatra from Odisha.
We have a treasurer of Bihar Ophthalmology Society, Dr. Nilesh Mohan here.
Dr. Nilesh Mohan also.
Look, Rajesh, please, for a smiling word, you are asking to donate from the society, donation from the society for this purpose. Why AIOS is not doing so much of money with them in their corpus? The same question I am reverting to you. AIOS is a multi-millionaire organization. They can do it.
Sir, it is not like that. A lot of money
we have
has
to convince the young generation that's okay. This thing to the society, business society.
No, AIOS can do it. I'm not telling that society, state society should do it. They can discuss among the way we have thought of discussing in the GBM. AIOS. Similarly, state society can also discuss in their GBM. Okay. Let's have first word from Dr. Jayashree Barua, and then we will come to the respective secretaries.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Actually, the point that was being highlighted regarding the women's perspective, as I personally, being married to an ophthalmologist, we have our own family benefit schemes, we have our own insurance and health insurance coverage. But why did we both actually go to this FBS scheme? Because this is something, it is my contribution to my family. No doubt that my son, he'll be getting the benefits after my husband's death. So why don't I contribute something so that their lifestyle is not modified? Even when you have two earning members in the family, even if the earnings of one is stopped, then the other is definitely, it will have some, even the minute amount of impact in the lifestyle. So this is one point that we need to highlight. And secondly, just a small suggestion, we have this scheme till this month, the end of this month. So why not we open up an AIOS booth during the 4 days of conference and use the same scheme on those days? Because as ma'am has mentioned, we are paying, even the the youngsters, they are paying 9,000 rupees, they are paying 7,000 rupees for the registration. So if we catch them on the booth itself, at the venue itself, you ask them to just take out 300 rupees or 500 rupees, I think that will definitely help in increasing the membership. Because
this is a great idea.
Yeah, we have been pestering people, on the face they tell, yes, we'll join, yes, it's good. But when they go back home, then all the thoughts are changed. So taking out, I think, a 500 rupee, a 600 rupee for even the youngsters, even for the senior citizens, it will not be much of a difference. So
it's a wonderful idea.
Very good idea, Rajesh.
It is a very good idea. Yes. So we will definitely discuss in the EC of in FBS, and we'll definitely try to do that in the AIOC 2022.
Rajesh, please work on this. This is actually a great idea.
We will definitely do it. We will definitely do it.
400, 500 rupees, everybody will pay on the spot.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll
Yes.
do that.
Exactly.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
And this is true. That you say, please join, please join. They say, we will join, we will join. Nobody joins. On the spot, you do.
We will definitely do it. But I think the three ladies are very... Sir, the three ladies are very smartly put the ball in our court. I am once again requesting the three ladies.
नहीं. हम लोग रहेंगे.
Yeah, we'll all be there. We are all with you, sir.
नहीं, हम लोग रहेंगे. मुझे ये आइडिया बहुत अच्छा लगा. मगर I want to contribute. हम लोग रहेंगे. एक टाइमर बनाओ.
नहीं, we will definitely do it. we will definitely work on it. We will
ये मेरे
definitely.
को बहुत अच्छा आइडिया लगा है.
But my request is that till 31st of March,
Definitely.
get some members. You know, if you can keep a target for 50 females, because there are a lot of AIOS young female members who can become, for such a small amount, they can become member of FBS. That will help the existing members also.
अच्छा सुनो, one point. We are not putting the ball in your court. We will do in our annual state conference also the same thing. We will make a FBS counter.
Okay.
And then on the spot, we will make request everyone to register themselves.
Okay, thank you. There's one thing that, you know, we keep talking about that. Yeah, Dr. Jayashri, you want to say something?
Yeah, just another point I would like to mention that we have the videos accessed via YouTube, but why don't we float those videos at the intermittent level, say every 2 months, not daily because it becomes very boring, like floating it in the WhatsApp groups every 2 months. We have very sensitive issues to be dealt with, and those are well covered by the FBS videos. I have gone through all of the videos. So we have been targeting the financial angle, we have been targeting the emotional angle. So these videos, they create an impact, you know, in the minds of the members, I think. So floating it in the WhatsApp group.
We will definitely send it. Rajguru sir had told this thing that we should send the videos, and we will definitely do it. And there is one concept that people
emotional line. First line should be emotional line.
Okay, sir. Definitely. One thing that is very commonly being told that, you know, if I die, then my family will get the money and all that. This scheme is different from term insurance because it has an exit scheme. You can get the benefit. And, you know, this was something which we discussed in our executive committee, and it was started after, you know, managing committee agreed for it. So, Dr. Rajiv, are you there? Rajiv Mukherjee? Briefly joined. And
Rajesh, can I make one suggestion here?
Sir.
If you could say to Dr. Rajiv Das and to Jayashree, Bharti and Ranjina and even Praveen, Tanvi, etc., if you could even circulate the list of people who have applied for AIOS membership from the East Zone. You know, those who are already up for ratification, they have applied. If those names can be circulated to these young doctors, they can be, you know, convinced to come in with maybe 500 or 300 rupees more, pay at the booth itself in Mumbai and get the membership done. So if there are roughly about 1,000 members coming in at AIOS every year, from the East Zone, suppose there are 250 coming in, and if you can contact these people before the 31st, they'll have to pay only 300 rupees to become a member. Only 300 rupees.
I think it's a good idea, sir.
We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that.
It will be a good start.
So we have 3-4 state representatives with us and would like to have their opinion that what do they think, what are the problems that they are facing. Like we have Dr. Nilesh Mohan here, who is state of Bihar and for FBS AIOS. So would like to have your comment that what
Rajesh, give us 6 seconds. I want to leave. I have to go.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
With one line also.
Yes, yes, sir.
Throughout my life till date, I have not insured my wife, my kids, because I always says, look, after death, their death, that money doesn't look good for me. So any ad we are giving, it should be emotional only. कि आपको मिलेगा आपके परिवार को, वो हमारे लगता है कि वो गड़बड़ है.
ठीक है सर. Okay, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So, Dr. Nilesh.
Good evening, everyone. It's a nice to hear everyone sharing their views on this. So what I felt is that what offer which you have floated right now is definitely a lucrative one. This can definitely attract once we become a little bit more proactive. But my concern is getting the FCs. So basically the installments, to collect the installments, they may become a member just because you have said, just because it's a 500 fee, but recurring FCs matter. You may have seen it in the past that yes, you have dues pending around for a year, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. So that part, giving a lucrative offer invites membership, but you have to convince. I still believe that the person has to be convinced to join, and let him know that it was a 40,000 affair just 1 year before. You are getting an opportunity in only 500. This importance has to be made. Then only he will be continuously, he will be consistent in paying the FC. Otherwise, you will have so many pending dues after having 500 memberships. This is what I feel.
Agree with you completely. Agree with you
So
completely.
we have to have a solution to this.
That is where the FBS AIOS needs its state representatives to, take initiatives and,
So that we are taking, and this suggestion by Dr. Milind appealed to me that yes, the managing committee of FBS has to be in consultation with the managing committee of AIOS to give an offer compulsorily in the annual conferences, not to be paid by FBS AIOS. This has to be some way sorted out. Then only some kind of a incentive based.
This thing has to be raised by the members in the GBM, wherein
yes,
decided, then that will be very good.
Definitely. I mean,
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Last time when we actually started the membership drive, mostly it was an emotional appeal. Do you trust me? If you trust me, go ahead and get yourself enrolled with FBS. And many of our colleagues and juniors, some seniors also, they joined. But what I'm discussing with them, I don't think they can come up with any reason why they don't join FBS. I don't see any reason for that. Somebody having too much money and 23 lakhs meaning nothing to them is something that is a very unusual situation. That
not a reason.
But mostly no one can give a valid reason why they don't want to join it. The only thing is that procrastination, and we have to constantly keep telling them, keep motivating them, and keep trying so that they join. That is the I think, and that is an area where we are lacking. And I also admit that we have not been very proactive on this front. We tried, we contact them a couple of times, and when we see that the response is not coming from that side, then we also stop poking them. Actually, there we need to improve. And another thing is that in the AIOS form that you said, what you said, that you have added one line that those who want to join FBS, they should tick. Can we reverse? If you don't want to join, tick. If you so that we get more number and we can contact them. This is what happens. Most of the schemes up in our day-to-day routine, that if we don't deny that, automatically it sort of gets things like that.
You know what happens, that when our staffs, they call, initially I was just asking them to make blanket calls to all the members, all the new incoming members. They were being blasted by those members that how dare you call me at this point of time, don't ever talk to me. If I will be interested, I will become a member, don't call me. So that's why this point was added, that if you are interested, then our staff will contact you and we will make you. Unless somebody shows any interest, it is very difficult actually to,
No, what I am trying to say is, once we get the data that those who have not denied, those who have not picked that I don't want to become a member of FBS, you pass on those numbers to the state representatives. We know them, most of them. We have interacted at some point of time during conferences or some other meetings and all. So when we call them, the response will not be that aggressive from that side actually. So once you gather the data state-wise, that okay, now from Jharkhand state, these many doctors, they became members of AIOS and they have not ticked that line that I don't want to join FBS. So we get the numbers, and we contact them. Don't the office. And then once we get a positive response, then we direct them to get into the loop of the office.
Okay, we will figure out and we will try to, make a data wherein we will have fresh new members from each state. We will make a chart and we will send it across to you all. And then many of them you will be knowing and you can contact them directly. So that is something which what Dr. Maniyar sir was also suggesting we can do that. Dr. Indrani, what is your opinion? What are the problems that you are facing in this regard?
Good evening. The question is actually how to reach, how to motivate the younger generation, those who are AIOS member, new AIOS member. The point of reaching is that regarding how to reach those young members, I think it is better to reach to those mentors, teachers, those who are having fellowship students, DM, DMS and all this, because these juniors doctors, PGTs or fellows or the DM students, they are listening to their mentor, their teachers. So we have to reach. I got more or less good result last year when I have contacted to those senior teachers, those being in medical college, those having in BBI Foundation, Truth and all this. So they requested their students join. So they are listening more or less. The response will be more than 50% that our teacher is requesting to join, and these are the points of benefit. So we have to join. So we are discussing with each other, and that will not give any further more benefit, because you told that you have a phone call to all the juniors, and some of them started to say that why you are calling me. Because if those teachers are there, they are from AIMS also, All India Medical Science, from Arvind Eye Care System, the teachers are there, and every Prasad and different institutions are there. They have good amount of juniors. So these juniors will listen to their senior teachers. So we have to reach to those teachers individually, that please request to your 6 or 7 PGDs are there to ask them to join, either go for AIOS membership and FBS membership, and these are the benefits. I think it will help. And number 2 is that we can share the few videos of those benefited persons, because they are during this COVID crisis, how they helped by receiving these monies from the FBS team. So we can collect that video. Those members, we can share it. And even in all those activities of either All India conference or state conference, every aspect we have to reach for FBS, FBS and FBS. Every scientific session, last part, we have to reach, we have to give some FBS family benefit scheme for those juniors benefits, and contact this number or email or website. So every aspect we have to reach to the new members. That is my point.
Yeah, this can be done by people who are at certain positions who can do it. Like Dr. Pranav Ranjan sir, who is who is actually traveling, but he has joined in, and that's really nice of him. Thank you, sir. He is the president of BOSS these days. He can influence that, after sessions, if he allows that, after every session, there can be some kind of a slide related to FBS can be projected or something like that.
Yeah, that can be done. That can be done, because this is for the benefit of the members. So that can be done, sir. I think I'll try and incorporate, give this information to the executive, get it passed in the executive, talk to the chairman, scientific committee and secretary, and see to it that this kind of information is given to everybody during conferences.
That will be great. And similarly, we have Dr. Santosh Mahapatra from Odisha also, and would like to have his comments also, that if something like that can be done at Odisha.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. The point is, as we are approaching the members, it is being received, perceived by them as any other insurance scheme. That has to be removed. This is most important. As we are repeatedly approaching them, come and join FBS, they are just thinking that it is just like any other insurance scheme. So my point is how this can be removed is most important, because they are not worried about this benefit, death benefit and others, because one might have another 10 insurance which is giving equal more or less amount. So they are not very much interested. So just like suggested by some other, that you are going to help your colleague, or you are going to help another member of your society, that is going to help. Number one. Number two, initially the approach should not be from a executive. It should be from a friend who can suggest you that yes, this is a good scheme. This may not be very much financially beneficial to you or your family, but at the same time, you are going to help others, and that should be the approach.
Any such thing from Odisha state?
Really, it is being perceived by.
Any
Sir,
such thing
can I
by Odisha state of Karmic Society?
Yes. Dr. Subudhi has begun a campaign last 3-4 months back, where we have he was telling around 30 to 40 members we have incorporated. So we are going to do another campaign in near future. Being the secretary, I will definitely take initiative by after discussing with him how to go about. But I think let us all the members who are you have a very good personal relationship with them should be approached first, rather than like officially campaigning, come and join. That creates a question mark.
True. I completely agree with you. We have some young colleagues with us, starting from Dr. Tanveer, Dr. Praveen Subudhi. We have some other Dr. Rajiv Das. Let's have opinion.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
May I?
go ahead. Yeah, Dr. Tanveer, yes.
So I was listening very carefully. Maybe I am one of the youngest of those previous members.
Yeah.
When I was in PGT, second when I joined, and like I faced questions like getting old, or are you going to commit suicide? That you are thinking of family benefit. The thing is that I actually said early start is half the job is done. Thing is that how I actually try to convince my friend in this thing is all interested in cryptocurrency and bitcoins. So the cryptocurrency and bitcoins is, it's like a bubble. It always floats on. It always becomes bigger and bigger. So I told them that FBS scheme, the amount that you are going to get will keep on bulging. It's not something very fixed like an insurance, first of all. Then on a humanitarian ground, I said that it is not for you. You shouldn't think that you are investing something for yourself, whether you're helping the others, and you should not think what you are going to get back. Also, the thing is that I speak about the exit scheme, and also about the early death that few of my friends I lost during the COVID time all over the country. And we take a lot of loans from banks and all, at the initial stage of our career, to set up our own setup, maybe to huge bank loans are there. So if something wrong happens to us, our family will be in trouble, or rather they will be, if not financially, they will be put under a lot of pressures from the insurance companies and banks and all, that okay, your son or your daughter has taken a huge amount of loan, and now you have to repay it, or something of that sort. So at that point of time, this FBS scheme money will help us greatly. So this is one of the things. Also, apart from that, the conference booth that we talked about, also it should be the distribution, the CMEs and these college, presentation. One day our respected professors can just keep it and just give one slide share, this particular slide share only, that let us talk about FBS scheme. It is as important as our academics also, because today's students are going to be tomorrow's doctors and future members who are going to lead the AIOS. So I believe that some of us should know more about the scheme, its each and every point, and then we should talk to in a mass to our college and institutions. So this is my inputs in this regard. Also, somebody asked me on a funny note, but it was I felt it is an important question, that whether suicides are included or not in this scheme. I definitely talk to that guy that don't do such things. There is life ahead, but you know, in insurance policies, some of the insurance cover suicide and some of them do not, or like you know, accidents and all. So whether these are included or not, these are the questions that we face. One last point I would like to add in this regard is that what is the benefit of joining early? That has to be highlighted, I believe. That if someone is joining early, if one of the guys said that, okay, if I join a little bit late and I die early, isn't it that I'm getting more benefits? If we are just thinking about the benefits or the money that we are getting. So thank you, sir, for letting me speak. Wonderful session. And I hope meet you all the members in AIOC Mumbai. Thank you,
So
sir.
thank you for showing your interest actually in this, and would definitely like to follow up with you because you can influence your, and that is what we should think about. So I will definitely follow up with you, later.
Thank you.
This meeting, and we can definitely work on it together. Dr. Rajiv Mukherjee. Dr. Tanvir had some valid points. That one of the points was that whether it if I die, you had said something, no, Dr. Tanvir, that there is one
Yes,
question.
someone said, if I join late and die early, isn't
Yeah.
it more beneficial rather than joining early and dying late?
Yeah. So, Dr. Rajiv Mukherjee, your comments on that.
I mean, I must congratulate everybody here and thank you everybody for joining in today. And it's been a very relevant discussion, which I've been following very closely. And it's been amazingly conducted by Professor Sinha. I have a few points and I'll cover each one, including the question you have just posted, Professor Rajesh. One of the discussions was about, state societies kind of sponsoring partly the joining fee or, promoting financially of people joining. Now let's take the onus on ourselves. Let's not say let's AIOS do it. You're throwing the ball in somebody else's court. I mean, if it's possible, I'm not saying please do it. You have to do it. If it's possible, I would implore you. I would request you to kindly go ahead and make some memberships if the state can afford to do so. That will be a request from our side rather than pushing the onus to the other side. We are obviously trying every day to interact with the AIOS and other bodies as well to, get some schemes through, to get even our name written in their admission form. That these are huge struggles we face, but I guess let's try to look into our own house and let's see what we can do for the society of FBS. Number two, about the exit scheme. Let me tell you, there is not a single term insurance policy that gives you an exit scheme. Now, about the exit scheme, about exit from a scheme, I would like to tell you two things. Given any possible scheme, term insurance scheme, the day you stop paying your premiums, your coverage ends. And when you join back on new terms, even if they only allow you to do so. Whereas over here, we have been, even we have people who have not paid for 4 years, 5 years, we still encourage them to come back, join. We call them up, we talk to them, even our office bearers call them up, forget about the FBS staff, they obviously do. We call them, I have called them, Dr. Maniyar has called, Dr. Kuresh has called, Rajesh has called, Dr. Sharad Babu has called. So we call up these people ourselves to come back into the scheme. We don't want people to exit. But on the other hand, there are people who are needy, who need the money, who are not practicing anymore. So these people, we have an exit scheme as of now. So if somebody has been a member for 12 years, is 65 years and above, and can really convince us that I need the money and I can't pay the FCs anymore and I'm in dire trouble. So they can go out taking 4 lakh of rupees. Tell me one scheme on earth which does that to you. It doesn't. We offer these schemes. And going ahead, there's a long-term exit scheme as well. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but then these are things in the pipeline. Number 4, the suggestions were extremely relevant today. I mean, the discussion was vibrant, the suggestions were relevant, and every one of us has been taking notes. I've been taking notes. They're in front of me, and we'll definitely try to do it the best we can, keeping the best interest of FBS and each one of our members, because ultimately FBS is for the AIOS members. It is by the AIOS members, run by the AIOS members. So we have to do the best we can, and we'll always do it. And all these suggestions will be taken up very strongly, and we'll discuss them threadbare, and we'll come back to you all. Now, about joining early, the benefits. The day you join, the advantages, if you are 25, 30, 35, or you are 50, whatever it is, you are covered from that day, be it an accidental death benefit or just general death benefit. You are covered in some way or the other. With every passing year, you are covered. Say you joined at 30, or you joined at, say, 45 or 42. Till the age from 30 to 42, you are not insured if you are haven't joined the scheme. So it is best to join early. You already had the rates being much lower for joining early. Now with the present scheme that the managing committee of FBS has approved, the rates are absurd. They're absurdly low. So this is probably the best time for each one of these youngsters to join. The only hurdle that I have seen, I've been in the thick of things of FBS for a very long time, is actually convincing the young members. I've talked to insurance companies, and even they face this problem that young people don't want to join. The fear of mortality, the fear of evident issues that you might have once the family member passes, head of the family passes away, or a partner or a husband or a wife passes away, is not something that at a young age we realize till we start seeing things around us. And it takes a couple of years, maybe 15 years, 20 years for us to realize. And by that time, the schemes won't be here. You probably might not be at an age when you can join FBS. You probably have gone beyond the cutoff list, age profile. So this is probably the best time. These are the schemes. We're trying to, we're not a marketing company. None of us make money out of it. We're just trying here to get more members in to benefit our own colleagues, their own families. So each of your suggestions have been taken very seriously. I have personally made notes of them. I'm sure Rajesh has done so. And we'll be very happy to answer any question of why we are doing, what we are doing, what else can we do. In fact, these things that you have said today will be discussed threadbare. There'll be a lot of brainstorming behind this, and we'll come back again with lots of inputs on what better we can do for you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajiv. After Dr. Rajiv Mukherjee, Dr. Rajiv Das, he has suggested in the chat box that from Assam we can do a 50 new membership in the membership drive. So, Dr. Rajiv, your comments.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. And I must say that the more the members, more the strength.
Yeah.
And a young fellow, when he joined PG at the age of 26 or 25 years, 25 or 26 years, and after becoming an ophthalmologist, it's by 30, 31. And when the PG going to a fellowship for 1 or 2 years, by the age of 33 or 34, the young ophthalmologist, he or she is going to earn. So this is the bottleneck actually. I have seen I'm in a medical college, and I have in our department we have 27 PGs. And when I used to interact with the guys, I used to tell that it is by the ophthalmologist, for the ophthalmologist, of the ophthalmologist, and we should join it. And but the main problem is that the problem is the motivation. The exact point, and my previous speaker said that exact point. So we should motivate them, and we should do some satellite brainstorming lessons. So from Assam, we can assure you that by this within 2 or 3 months we can expand our membership drive to at least 50 young members. Thank you, sir. This is
great. Thank you. Thanks a lot. There is a very, very important suggestion from Subudhi sir and Rajguru sir, and they are telling that we are going to have the ISOC meeting next weekend. That we can try to get 200 new members. Subudhi sir and Rajguru sir, And of course, Pranav Ranjan sir is also here. He's also active in ISA. If you can do it, that will really be very helpful, because before 31st of March, if we cross at least 4,500, still will be in a position to reduce some amount of FC. So, sir, your comments, Buddhi sir, and
yes, I think we will be having the East Zone conference next weekend, and probably all the members here will be participating. They are coming to the conference, and everybody tries. I say I won't try, and Dr. Rajguru will not try. All of us united, if we try each one, the policy each one like that, because we are already registered over 200 members. So 200 registrations are there. So if 200 registration delegates can do, probably you can get 200 new members. So definitely, please, I request Professor Rajesh to send us the leaflets, the video,
we'll do that.
everything. Yeah, then we will play in the conference wherever we can, and even also lobby where the people are sitting. We can put the play the video. At least we'll try to convince, as our Dr. Santosh said, that we will not tell them that it's an insurance. It's only just something like that. So if we can convince our members, probably we can get more people. So we hope so. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Tanveer, you have asked that can we have an FBS WhatsApp query solving number? So there is a Telegram. We cannot have a WhatsApp group of so many members. We have a Telegram group. Why don't you join that? Yeah. So in Telegram, a lot of queries are sorted out immediately. So immediately somebody has a query that can be sorted out very fast. So
okay, sir. I didn't know that there is a Telegram group. I'll definitely join that tonight itself.
It
yes,
is.
sir. Sure, sir.
And then
Rajesh, just 1 second. We did print that the material that you had provided us with in our
yeah.
So, at least that souvenir has gone to all the delegates who had attended the conference, and
Great.
that will I think spread the message to at least those members. They can see that in the souvenir. So that that is one way to just make them aware of the new schemes and the importance of FBS.
True. Just for the information of all, actually, Dr. Vibhuti Bhushan had asked from me regarding the new scheme, information related to new scheme, and also a message so as to increase the awareness amongst the members of Jharkhand Ophthalmic Society. And I had sent it to him, and it has been published. So a big thanks to Dr. Vibhuti and Dr. Bharti, who are sitting here, who have worked for it in order to increase the awareness of FBS AIOS in the Jharkhand Ophthalmic Society meeting. Now we have Dr. Praveen. Do we have Dr. Praveen Subudhi here?
Dr. Rajesh.
Yes.
Can I leave, please? Because I have to go to the IMA, Indian Medical Association meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Dr. Bharti. Thanks a lot. So Dr. Praveen is not only a young ophthalmologist, but also the representative of East Zone for FBS AIOS. And this is a meeting dedicated for East Zone. So he is the most important person here, a young member and East Zone representative. So let's have his opinion and what are his plans, how he is thinking to take FBS AIOS to the next level in the East Zone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for those kind words of appreciation, and good evening, everybody. I think whatever the suggestions has been mentioned by all the members and by all the doctors are well taken, and I think these are the things which we need to focus on to increase our membership. I think from my side, I would suggest that each of the members who have joined FBS should have the pride of joined FBS, and they should tell that strongly to other people that we have joined FBS. Have you joined or not? So the pride, if you have the pride of joining it, then the other youngsters will get motivated to join. I think that one suggestion. And second suggestion is from the AIS, if we get numbers, the mobile numbers of the youngsters, So we can just WhatsApp them about the new schemes, new programs, and persuade them to join the Telegram, which Sir has told. Or so in that, if they have any queries, they can discuss directly in the Telegram. So these are the few things from my side. But other things, like another important thing, the professors, like in the professors of medical college, already been mentioned by other doctor, the professors of medical college, if they are motivated to join, if they are motivated, if they are convinced, they can definitely convince their PG students and their younger doctors to join the FBS. Because I will tell you one small example. When I was in Arvind, and Dr. Prajna used to persuade us to write the ICU exam to all the PGs and to all the young doctors. And he used to pursue so much that every doctor who has joined in the first year of the residency or in the first year of the junior consultant, he used to write the ICU exam, and that helped me, for example, personally. So once I passed that ICU exam, I got my, I thought of giving FRCS. So that helps actually. If the professors convince the youngsters, then definitely the youngsters will join. So with these few words, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Actually, yeah, I completely agree with all the suggestions that you have given, Dr. Praveen. And I think it's time now that we should, for the next 15 days, I think let's work very hard so that we can increase the membership, because nobody can work for an indefinite period, right? So let's take these 15 days as the time wherein we can work very hard, so that even if we cross 4,500 active paying members, then in that case, we'll be in a position to cut down the yearly contribution to some extent. And that will send a message to one and all that if the membership will increase, we will definitely be in a position to reduce the yearly contribution will decrease. So what we are telling, I mean, these are all words, but these have not been converted into deeds, actually. We have not been able to do that. So let's target, at least the first target should be at least 4,500 active members, and in the next 15 days. So in the next 15 days, if we can get, we have reached 4,100 actually. So in the next 15 days, if we start working hard and get, at least 200 members from East Zone, we will definitely work. We'll convince other zones also. But East Zone, there is a lot of potential in East Zone. There's a lot of, members are there. AIOS members are there who can, be motivated to become FBS members. So let's take these 15 days as the target time first, so that will, that will translate into our activity. That will enable us to reduce the contribution. So that will send a strong message to everyone that yes, if the membership increases, the contribution required by each member will definitely decrease.
Yes.
Dr. Rajesh, can you just send the latest update on the state-wise FBS member list? So
that
that
I had sent to you.
target.
I had sent to you, but I will once again send it to you.
Yeah, the recent one.
And or everyone regarding the AIOS members and the FBS members. Yeah, both I had sent that these are the AIOS members, and I had also sent the list of members who are AIOS but not FBS, who can be targeted. So this list was made and I had sent it across. I'll once again send it to you and send it to all. And let's work for the next 15 days. Let's keep a target that, okay, at least we should cross 4,500 so that we can reduce the contribution required by some amount, so that will send a message to everyone.
Professor Aziz, you belong to East Zone.
Yes, sir.
So you are our leader.
Sir, definitely. That's why I want to show that East Zone should take the lead and show everyone the way how it can be done.
Thank you.
So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's keep these 15 days as the target time and go ahead and make more and more members so that we cross at least 4,500 active members. Great. Thank you very much. So any comment from anyone who has joined so that we can get some perspective? Dr. Sahu is here. Dr. Deepak Chaudhary.
Yeah, very good report.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. So any suggestion?
Sir, actually, I was planning to join FBS AIOS from 2 months, and I also persuaded one of my friend to join it. But there is, sir, one point: the affidavit. It is very cumbersome. Actually, we did the affidavit today, and we paid around 600 rupees to the notary. Okay, we both paid 1,200 rupees, and the fees of joining is 799. So the lawyers are getting almost equal amount as we are paying to the society. So if we use one self-declaration form instead of affidavit, then we can pursue more young people to join it. Actually, this affidavit part is the major blockade. Our PGs, they are also denying because they have to go to the court to prepare the affidavit. I also downloaded the draft PDF, that is in the PDF format, and we have to type that, or we have to give that to the typist to print in the 10 rupees non-judicial paper. And actually, it is a little bit difficult. You can provide the draft in Microsoft Word format, or you may use a self-declaration form. That will be better. And the online process, it should be simpler. Means many documents are required, and because of that affidavit only, I am waiting for 2 months because I am not getting time to go to the court. Okay, so if you can make the website means registration process simpler, and if it will it may be completed in 5 minutes, then you can attract more members. Okay, the means amount is not important. It is 1,000 or 2,000, 5,299. That is not important. It is the time. We have to focus on that. And it is the major challenge. Our first year and second year PGs, they are not doing, means not becoming the member because of this only. And our colleagues in Cuttack also, SC Medical College, this is the major problem because they have to take some personal time and they have to go to the municipality or court or to any notary. And it is not an easy process also. We have to go in the official hour. Okay. I think you should think about it and entirely scrap this process, means affidavit process, and use one self-declaration form only. We can declare that we have no, today I have done it. We have to provide the registration number, our AIOS membership number, and there is nothing much in this.
Dr. Deepak.
We are only declaring. Sir,
Dr. Deepak,
yes, sir.
If I may come in, I'll pick up the tagline is there's nothing much to fill in, right? So I'll go beyond that now. If you, how many policies have you bought from private insurers or even government insurers? Do you know the list of documents they need?
Sir, actually, this is not an insurance policy. We are trying to describe.
Dr. Deepak, my question was very straight.
Yes, sir.
Rajiv, can I just come in? See, the point is that he wants to suggest that let's simplify it further.
Yes, sir.
So can we simplify it further? That is the question. Now, we can get this this notarized paper online as well. Now, do we print it on that paper? Because finally, it's the self-declaration only, and any lawyer can just sign if you pay him some amount. Okay, so if you rely on the member, then that will also suffice. That is something that Dr. Deepak wants to say.
What I'm
sir, again, one point I have to say, sir. If you are going to if you describe the members, okay, in the stall, in the conference, how will they provide the affidavit? Means on-spot registration you are planning to do. Yes, sir.
Dr. Deepak, let me get point by point.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be critical here about what you said. Yeah, I'll tell you how getting a notary done here works. It costs me, I've recently got because of some unfortunate incidences in the family, I had to get plenty of notarized documents, right? So it actually costs me per notarized document 120 rupees, including a notary stamp and getting it typed and printed, right? Notaries, your affidavits are now online. You can have them printed. The PDF document provided by FBS online is copyable to a Word document. So even that you don't have to type again. So I'm sure next time it will be easier for you. And going further, there are some legally tenable documents that are required for insuring somebody for 23 lakhs or getting them into a scheme. We have seen, we on a regular basis, we face a lot of technical and legal challenges when a claim comes up which is inappropriate or false, yet we try to help the claimant or the nominee at the same time, but then we learn from the mistakes. So we have to have certain legally tenable documents. Getting just without affidavit at times becomes tough. For young members, we omit the medical certificate. Kind of we try to help them that way. But to get an affidavit is absolutely simple. With the present regulations for the last couple of years, you just have to stand there. It takes 3 minutes. You don't even have to go to a lawyer. You have to go to a document center. They have a notary public is not a lawyer. They are designated. They just have a notary number. So you just have to go there, give them your pen drive, right? Or even if you take a print out on your own, give it to them. They will stamp it, and you can just submit.
Sir, actually, I have already done this, sir.
Yeah, so this is an old version. Yes. This is an old version of what we used to call a stamp. So, Subuddhi, can you please mute yourself, please? Yeah, this is an old version.
E-notary is not available, sir, here.
Yeah, in e-notary you can go online. There's an e-notary service available for every state. You can download, pay the amount. E-notary takes about 5 rupees or 10 rupees per sheet. So you can download. If you want, you can just text me. I'll try to find out the. You're from which state, sir?
Odisha.
Odisha.
I'll try to find out what is the link for that, and that will definitely help you motivating other members. But it's not. It doesn't cost 600, 700 rupees.
Okay, Dr. Deepak. Actually, Dr. Deepak, we will definitely discuss in our executive committee how to make it further simple. I mean, how to make it simpler, how to get the notarized paper, in a simple way, so that everybody, not many people will be knowing about all these things, how to get it. So let's make it simpler for members. We will definitely work on it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any comment from anyone, Dr. Sahu? So let's have the final word from Maniyar sir.
As Rajiv pointed out, now we've had a very lively discussion. Ultimately, whether it's an emotional or an intellectual pitch, what you need to do to your juniors is convince them, because as Dr. I think Nilesh or somebody said, a conviction is important. Just issuing a fatwa, trust me and pay 300, trust me and pay 500. It will work for some time, but then you might have some kind of escape over a period of time in terms of non-compliance. So conviction is one thing. The means of conviction would be one-on-one. It could be at a conference with posters. It could be on WhatsApp group. It could be as a part of a PPT that is put up in each hall prior or after every session, things like that. But I think the effort has to be sustained. It has to be continuous. And what you need to highlight right now, at least at the East Zone conference, is you have a fantastic opportunity to buy into FBS on an absolutely ridiculous rate of 300 rupees only. Just 300 rupees and you can become a member. Your contribution per demise would also be only 300 rupees. And we will also try and give you a chart what would be the average income of a young eye surgeon or a young resident per month versus what he would pay for FBS per year. And if you get that ratio right, you will see it is something like 100:1 or 100:half. A resident makes 60,000 rupees. He is going to pay per month. He is going to pay what? 3,000 rupees a year. So those kind of charts also can be made by the office and given to you. Whatever support you want in terms of posters, charts, data, etc. Our FBS office in Delhi will be very proactive. The only stipulation I make is 200 is too little for his zone. Make it 500. Rajesh is being modest when he's saying, हमको केवल 200 मेंबर ज्यादा दो. मैं बोला नहीं, आप 500 मेंबर तो बताइए.
Sir, 200 till 31st of March.
Till 31st of March, 500. At AIOS, another 500.
So let's, if that is done, that will be
that as a challenge.
great.
Take that as a challenge, especially the young brigade in each zone. The young brigade, the seniors can give you a fatwa, they can give you guidance, they can give you a role model role. But that one-on-one conviction, etc. If the young brigade takes over, Praveen, where are you? Praveen, I need you to take a lead here. So that is where we are.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you very much. It has been really, really interactive and informative. Thank
Young
you.
Brigade and the two lovely ladies who are sitting here, I know they is very determined, very strong ladies. So they can do a lot. And of course, our seniors who have always guided us. So let's, yes, Rajiv, you want to say something?
I have just posted the online link to get an affidavit.
Yeah, same. Yes, same.
Great. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Right. Yes, I think everybody should make an attempt in the last conference. Yeah, somebody speak. Kevin. So
now, thanks to all for joining. And I think the next 15 days are really crucial for all of us. So let's work on very hard for the next 15 days. And tomorrow itself, I'll send you all sorts of lists. I'll get all sorts of lists made, and that will be posted to you by tomorrow.
And the recent fee also, what is structured, you have restructured.
I want that this new scheme, whatever you said, I want some flyers.
This is what I was asking for.
Yes, sir.
This is what I was asking.
Yes, sir.
Flyers and video also, as early as possible, please send it to us to play in the conference. Hardly there are 10 days left, right?
We'll do that. We'll do that.
If you've got forms also, hard copies, that also we keep in the counter. We got a IJO counter. We'll keep in that counter, and everybody, all the members who are delegates, they should come to that stall and convince the people. Not only we, the LOC people, all the members, all the member delegates who are attending the conference, everybody should come and at least speak something about the FBS in that stall. So I think
they give this liberty new members who will be joining, that they just pay the joining amount and do the formalities, maybe if it takes some time, till 31st of March.
Yeah.
Earlier.
That's a good option.
Yeah. That we have been doing earlier also.
Yeah.
So we can tell them that they should just get themselves enrolled just by paying the entry fee and then do the formalities.
Office is very competent. They pester you for the documents and they keep reminding you and sending you reminders. So that is not difficult. Just pay and become a member first.
Do that too Saturday, Sundays. 26, 27, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes, sir.
So the office may or may not remain open. So at least we have to make it simplified.
No, we can work even on Sunday, sir. That's not an issue. But we will do it much before that. We will send everything much before that.
No, kudos to your effort, Rajesh. I mean, just send the brochure as early as possible. Now we'll have to be proactive. We have to be proactive now.
31st March is the deadline. Let's do it.
I'll send the brochure and some information even before the date changes. But yes, some more information by tomorrow.
Yeah.
I personally, I hate being into lots of WhatsApp group, but a simple suggestion that can we retain this WhatsApp group maybe for 2-3 days so that you circulate the flyers in the coming 2-3 days so that it's with all our members so that we can circulate it to the other members.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's a wonderful idea. So I'll have to post
personally sending to everyone. No, we can just send it in a group, but just get it done in a day or two so that we don't extend the period of this group.
Yeah, sure. Okay, then a big thanks to all of you and a very good night.
Thank